Hello there. Welcome to Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. And apparently it says here it's Wednesday. So welcome to Wednesday Friends Day. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it much. And I think we start today. I just haven't got my head together doing my live today. So I think we'll start with Wednesday quote corner, and that give me time to think about what I'm doing. So, welcome to you all, and I think we'll start with I'm nearly on the wrong bit. Oh dear. I think this will be a short live today. Let's begin with this. Now today I've been editing, that's why I'm scrambled because too much time on the computer. So I've been editing today and catching up with all your comments and everything. It's been an office day. And I have just been editing a video where we have been to another charity shop, and my goodness, was it an awesome haul. It's a full video just of what I got from the charity shop, so do look out for that, and I hope you enjoy it. I did mention on my last live something that we got there, which I'll be showing a bit more of that today. And what am I reading? Well, this is something else I got from the charity shop. You'll see it all in more detail in the video, but it's what am I reading at the moment. And I got this. It's a Greek textbook for learning Greek. And this is like, goes up to, well, it is level 3 of the school books. This series goes up to age 15. So this is about age 15, this book. So yeah, that's pretty good what I want to do. There's a lot of stuff I know in it, but it's a good test. I say on the video, it's a good way to test myself using workbooks. Now, on the back, you'll see how much I paid for it in the video. I paid 50 cents for it, and it says on the back, this is worth, new, it is priced at €15.50. So it's a good book. And accompanying it, you'll think it's the same book because it may seem to you the same title. This goes with it. This is a taller book, but a bit thinner. And again, I got this for 50 cents. All books are 50 cents regardless of size or subject. And so I got this for 50 cents. And on the back, this says, no, it's €23.85. So absolute bargain. They are jam-packed of stuff. The other one's got, I think it's the other one's got a tiny bit written in the front. Yes, that one, a tiny bit, literally 3-4 pages. And one, the teacher kind of works in conjunction with you, and there's cross references, and it says now go to page this and do this and whatever else. And it's a very good book. I've had a good look through, I flicked through first, but now I'm reading them properly from the beginning and doing it all. There's things such as songs, traditional songs. There's sections. It says if you read like the intro, it's all in Greek, so this will tell you how good I can read now. It says in the front about how it's for people learning Greek as a language. It's also for Greek or Cypriot children, as part of their, like I would learn English, doesn't mean I can't speak it, so they learn Greek like that. And it also says for people, let's say they've moved to Greece or to Cyprus children, the exercises are Greek language, but within the exercise it teaches you things about customs, traditions, history, and so on and so forth. And there's a bit, when I get to it, I'll share, don't know which book it was in now. There's a big custom here. I've talked before on it, and it's like shadow puppets. If you're from England, you will know Punch and Judy. It's a very traditional puppet show. The story follows the same format, but there's a history to those stories and the puppets. Well, there's a form of shadow puppets here that has the same sort of concept, who the characters are, what they're about, and so on and so forth. So I was enjoying looking at that bit as well. There's about holidays in it, but all while you're learning grammar and so on and so forth. So they are what I'm currently reading. And let's go on to this. So my current craft project, if you've been following along, you will see each week I show you a bit more of my progress. It's my first ever embroidery. It was gifted to me from a viewer for me to do, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm learning stitches. You had choice of what stitch you put where. There wasn't this stitch goes here, then this stitch goes here. No, it's free range. I don't know what you would call it. You can do any stitch. It came with a little card that gave you instructions of how to do, I think about 8 stitches, and then you could do any stitch. It doesn't even say this stitch works well here or that works well there. And as you may know, I got some embroidery books from another charity shop, and I've got some magazines that had little bits of that in as well. So I've been trying different stitches, and I've made more progress. If you've been following each time, I must change the angle of this. There we go. I've done the top bit over the back wheel, all that blue over the back wheel hub, wheel guard, whatever you call them. So each part is a different stitch. So it's coming along rather well. That bit I've done this blue over the wheel. It took me 2 days to do it. So I did half, or just over half, and then I did the other bit. So I work fairly fast. I know embroidery takes a long time. What will I do next? I may do this big bit here, or I might go on to the flowers I haven't done. I haven't got too much more to do. But yeah, I do cross stitch, and I'm really quick with cross stitch, and I notice how slow embroidery takes. It takes a very long time. And then part of that charity shop haul, there was a box for €2 of some sewing bits and pieces, and I did show on my last live. There's all sorts of tat is a word we use, bits and pieces, irrelevant, some of them, to a craft box. And I've been asking for your help to identify what some of the things are in the box. I don't want to throw them away if they are something. And as I say, if there's anything you can use that you can tell me what it is and I won't use it, for example, sewing items, then let me know and I will send the stuff to you. It's all small stuff. Or as I said before, if you would like me to just send you a package of assorted craft items, then I'm happy to do that, because craft things are so small. I give my seeds away, but if you're someone who would like craft bits and bobs, it really will be odd bits and bobs, and tell me if there's anything you can actually use of what I show. So I've got the last few bits to sort out. We don't know yet what this is. It looks like it's part of something else. We don't know what this is. Any ideas? I have no use for this. It was, I think it said, yes, it said button markers. I have no use for this. If this is something you want, it shows you a 45-degree angle. It's got a ruler on both sides and it's got holes. I assume that's so you can mark the distance and make marks where buttons go. If this is of any use to you, let me know. If you want multiple things, I'm happy to send multiple things. We did find this clamp thing. And Mike suggested it actually goes with this bit. Nothing was together. We're all just loose in the box. Goes with that. And then the hole in the top, we're assuming, is what you put. So you clamp this to the side of the table. And then there was something that went in this. Now I think it's like a magnifying light is all I can suggest that probably went in that. So yeah, this bit at the side is where this bit goes here, and it clamps to a table. I'm assuming a magnifying light because there was this in there, and it's like a little handle to lift off, and it says to cover the lens center, and it says cover the glass against direct sunlight. So I only can imagine that if you're using the magnifying light outside, you need to cover it. I'm only guessing. Do you think that sounds right? Oh, there's lots of bits like this. If any of you can use, I'll call these oddments. If you can use like buckles, and I've got tons and tons of this sort of stuff. It's nothing I can use. I've got two of these. Here's another one of these. If you do like collage or something, I think that would make a nice, if you do a field, that could be like the gate to the field, and then you can have more post here. Like gate to a field. There's that. There's these, 3 of these, plastic, don't know what. I just dislike having things like this when you don't know what things are and you're afraid to throw things away. This I put in my video today. I'm assuming it goes into a tablet or a phone or something to make it stand up. It's of no use to me. I have nothing that has that. I found this little troll. And I said on the video his hair's not right. That's not how this hair goes. But then I found this bit of fluff. I think that's his scalp. I think he's been scalped. He's definitely been scalped. Stephen Tina Jules here. Hello, thank you so much for being here. Nice to see you. They've been on a lovely trip to Mexico. Do go and check out their channel, and you can see their trip, where they've been, what they've been up to in Mexico. Don't forget to subscribe when you visit. I'm glad you're there, Steve, because I've had a message back again from the embroidery place where we got the bike thing from, where I was gifted that. They've now said, funny enough, if you can send a picture of how it should be, they will give it to the manufacturers and get their opinion. So you said when you got back from your holiday, you was going to do me a picture of the bike. If you want me to email you the actual thing first, I will do that. So you've got a sort of reference. You have a photo of the saddle. Excellent. Yes. She's now said how you can flip the picture of the actual saddle itself, and she sent me an email how she can make it, like you just make it bigger to cover the bit that is drawn thick but now needs to be thin, and that does look quite good the way she's done it. But she said, what was the other problems? And I was like, oh, couldn't find my email. Can you pick it up if I give it to you now? If I put it here? If not, I can put it up somewhere else. Oh, it's not there. I've brought up the wrong thing. It's actually here. There it is. Copy. Yes, good-o. Sending it now. It's quite easy. New beginnings, my everyday life @gmail.com. Yeah, that would be great, because then if I can send her that, She is trying hard, bless her, but I said, no, it's not just the saddle, it's the other bits. So, yeah, if we can send it to her, she's going sort of send that on to the manufacturer and see what their opinions are, basically. So glad you're here. So, yes, I've got a box of bits. I still don't know what they are. Oh, this. Now, we had a good discussion on my last live. Thanks, Steve. Had a discussion on my last live as to what this is. Remember, it's in the craft box, but that doesn't mean to say it's to do with craft. Now, I said, first of all, it comes apart in the two halves. It goes together, not overly securely. It's got a hole here, and it's got like lots of spiky bits. Now, I was assuming you put some sort of thread inside, pull it out, and then you made some sort of weaving, like how you used to make the pom-poms, but I don't think it's pom-pom because you've only got a whole one side. And I thought you did some sort of weaving thing. Were they called knitting jennies or something? Made a long thing of like a crochet type long thing it used to make. I thought it was that. Somebody suggested it was a dog or cat toy where you put food in and they roll it round the floor and the food comes out, the treats. That makes sense, apart from I think it would be destroyed in minutes because it's plastic, and as I say, it doesn't click together securely. Steve and Tina say, looks like a sea mine. That's exactly what I thought when I first saw it. Now it's got like air holes in as well. What is it? What is it? Someone's going to say it's something you put in your washing machine. It's the spiky bits that get me. If it was for dog treats and that, I don't think you'd have all those spiky bits on. I'm still thinking a craft thing. Some sort of craft thing. Stephen Tin, if you're listening to this later, I mean, you don't watch, and a lot of people listen but don't watch later. Steve's just put, I'm assuming it's Steve, lots of question marks, like, no idea. No. There's got to be someone out there somewhere that knows exactly what it is, but not us. So, as I say, I'm reluctant to throw anything away until I know what it is. And I've still got this box full that's annoying me. I think that's the worst of what's left. I did think at the time this is what you hang, I think, in your wardrobe, because at the bottom, I think you put like lavender or smelly cloves or something in there. You hang it up, it stops mustiness or moths or whatever. Put it in the bin. Put it in the bin. If you watch the video that I've edited today, it's not come out yet, but if you watch, it's a charity shop haul. If you watch that, you will see what good stuff I got, not just the tat. You will see the good stuff. And put that down over here because that's getting annoying, that box now. Some of the good stuff. And there was something I bought that was €4? I think €4. And I looked up the price. I've added that into the video, and new is €79. So have a look what that is. I bet you can't even guess what it is. Some of the good stuff out of that box that I want to keep, and I want to try and organise it now. I've got needles. There's needles. I was going to get some needles because I keep taking Mike's needles. Yes, Mike can sew. So needles. I want to put all these organised. More needles. There's a little thing of needles there. Oh, BC Treasure Trails is in. Hello, Jason. Do go and check out Jason's channel, everyone. It's absolutely awesome. So make sure you go there. And as I always say, don't forget to hit their subscribe buttons while you're there. the thing that started me wanting that box for €2, I didn't want the box. I pulled these out. Now, if anyone does embroidery or cross stitch, these are what we call bobbins, and these are what you wrap your thread round. And I do make them from birthday cards and Christmas cards, but it's, you know, if you can get them for next to nothing. So I pulled them out the box. I said, how much are these? And she went, oh, no, it's a whole box for €2. So it wasn't like there was all rubbish in there. So I had those. As I say, the needles were in there. Oh, there's more needles. I want to organise these and get them away. So more needles there. Oh, these ones say self-threading needles. Now, I don't really know what that is. I'm assuming they're open at the top and you push the thread in. So we'll investigate that. There was tailor's chalk, which I will use. There's a little bit and a great big bit. There's a great big bit. So this was all for the €2. Oh, there was a thimble and a bit of thread. So I've got those. And there was this. Now, any of you do crafts, it looks like it could be tailor's chalk, but to me it's very waxy. Is that just a different type of thing that you can draw with? But it's very square. So if anyone knows what that is, it's not a candle. It's heavier than a candle would be. It's very solid, but it feels a little bit more waxy to me. So I've put those in my pot to sort out those. But as I say, that's the worst of what I bought, and the best, well, well, yes. So there's all those for me to go through. Oh, welder's chalk for marking metal. Look, we got someone in the house who knows what they're talking about today. Right, I will tell Mike, because he might be able to use it then. Oh, let me write down what you said, because I'll go back later and go, what was it? What was it? Welder's chalk. Oh, look, see, it was worth showing them today. Right, I will go to Mikey later and tell him that. And I'm assuming you're right, because I'm assuming you know exactly what you're talking about. So you deserve the hand clap. Well done to you, Jason. Thank you for being here. We've got Steve helping me with my embroidery situation. We've got Jason helping me with the oh, we've got Treasure Woman in the house. I just saw a comment pop up as I was looking. Oh, Treasure Woman's here. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. And don't forget to go and check out Treasure Woman's channel. There's too many treasure people in today. So go and check out Treasure Woman's channel. If you're into gaming, she has, I forget what it's called. It's a dead popular game, that one with that sort of spidery thing in. She does a lot of lives with that game, but she also goes out and about and shares places with you. Okay, let's go on to, got to scroll back down now. Let's go on to this. So, puzzle of the day. Some are easy, some are hard, some are a little bit cunning, some need a bit of thought. So the puzzle today is, which is the best choice if you had to be in one of the following scenarios? which is the best choice if you had to be in one of the following scenarios. So you have 3 choices and you've got to pick to be in one of these places. Remember, it's a puzzle. It's not a life choice. The first choice is to be in a furnace full of flames, to actually be in the furnace full of flames. The second choice, to be facing armed men about to shoot you. And the third choice is in a cage with lions that have been starved for years. Oh my goodness, which one of those 3 would you pick if you had to pick one? Remember, it's a puzzle. And I'll let you ponder on that for a while. I'll give you the answers one more time. Which is the best choice if you had to be in one of the following scenarios? The first one is to be in a furnace full of flames. The second one is facing armed men about to shoot you. Or number 3, in a cage with lions that have been starved for years. Which one would you say? Oh dear, made me laugh. Oh dear. Okay, we have the answers. Is Jason saying BC Treasure Trails is saying it's cold in Canada. I'm taking the flames. Steve said 2, which was facing the armed men about to shoot you. But then he says, number 3, are the lions with you in the cage? Yes, they are. They are indeed. You can't get out the cage. You've been put in the cage with the lions. Oh, but Steve's still saying the lions, is he? No, it's because it's a typo. So we're still pondering on that. What's Treasure Woman going to say? What's Treasure Woman going to say? I'll let you ponder a little bit more on it. You can change your mind or you can stick, whichever one you want to do. And remind me to come back to that. Okay, let's see. What else have I got for you? Let's go on. We've got a new comment. Oh, no, we haven't. I just haven't read that one. Okay, let's go on to this. Yes, I spoke very briefly about this last time. I have a massive, serious burn on my arm. Yes, so I didn't get around to saying what it actually happened. I have been registered when I was back in England as not being permitted to cook. You all know I cook because accidents can and will happen with me. I have no perception of where things actually are. What I think's here is actually not there. It's so that if I get distracted, I don't mean distracted like you guys. I mean, if I even talk to someone while I'm like trying to maneuver things in the kitchen. And yes, that's what I did. I started saying something, answered Mike's question as I was holding a whole pan of boiling water, taking it off the cooker, and because I got distracted, I tipped it onto my arm. So I do have serious burns on my arm. It's at the blistery stage. It just looks like a really huge blister at the moment. Yeah, just like a huge blister all up my forearm at the moment. It's not overly painful and I haven't put anything on it. Obviously, I've got a dressing on it, silly Billy. It didn't hurt that badly, I think, because at the time it was a cold day and I had a long sleeve top on. I had a jumper on. And then because I'd just come in from the garden, I had like a thin tracksuity, fleecy, semi-fleece top on. So I felt the heat, but I didn't think I'd actually burnt myself. And then silly me because I didn't take my clothes off straight away. I just thought it was hot and wet. And then a little bit later, I said, oh, it's feeling not right. And I lifted my sleeves up and big blistery thing. So, yeah, very lucky, very lucky. But I'm told I'm not supposed to do any cooking, so I won't. So I won't. So that's really that information. Let's go on to this. Okay, you caught me looking. What have I just played? Oh, garden. What's happening in my garden? Well, I've been filming, walking around my garden, just generally walking around, narration, talking to you about what's in my garden other than what I grow. Now, they are narrated, and often I'll do just with music, but part 1 and part 2 are fully narrated. But what I thought I'd do is just show you a little clip of that now, but I won't play the narration. So if you want to know what I'm saying, go and look at that. I just thought we'd chillax for a moment and you can see a little bit of my garden. But this is from, I think this is from part 2. I think this is from part 2. Yes, this is from part 2. So I've done one half of my garden. Now I've come back to the middle, which is where my house is, and we're going to start going the other way. So I'll just show you a little of that with some nice background music. So So that was just a small bit of my garden. If you've not visited my garden before, you're very welcome to pop in at any time. So that's the little garden there. And as I say, that is fully narrated. I'm talking about all sorts of things. And there's a part 1 and a part 2. So check that out and hope you enjoy those. Okay, let's go on to this. Okay, so you're helping me at the moment write my memories. And today's subject is flavours of crisp. Not ones today, ones they used to be. So chips to the Americans. What were the flavours? What is the very first flavour that you remember of crisp or chips? Now, for me, the first one was plain crisp, not even ready salted. And then they used to have a little blue sachet, a little blue paper sort of square in there that you had to open in order to shake the salt into the bag, hold the bag shut, shake it, and then you had ready salted crisp. What were the first flavours, the very first ones that you remember? So I'm writing a list as I go. And if you miss what I've said about this, I'm doing my 70s childhood, writing a little exercise book. And I'm not writing sentences. I'm just writing a heading at the top and then my memories of that thing, hopefully in the order that they came about. And I can't write on the table because I'm shaking you because I've got a wobbly table. Let's see what's being said in the chat. Where's my mouse gone? Oh, it's up there. Steve and Tina say salt and vinegar. That was definitely the third one I remember. And that suddenly with the vinegar taste gave it a really good flavour. Steve and Tina say, oh, you remember the bag. Steve and Tina say cheese and onion. Yes, now that to me was the first flavour after salt and vinegar. I don't remember any more prior to that when I'm doing my memory order. Only by ready salted, says Steve and Tina. The next one I remember, because there wasn't loads, was prawn cocktail, which is a bit rare, I would say, as a flavour to think of for a packet of crisps. So I'm putting prawn cocktail. And I love that. I still love it today. Love prawn cocktail. Now, there were flavours that I didn't like, such as smoky bacon. So I think that was around at the time. So I put smoky bacon. And then Bovril crisp came out. Bovril. I didn't have those. Didn't have Bovril crisp, but they were definitely a flavour of crisp. What came next? Roasted chicken. I think that came near the beginning. Roasted chicken. It was very specific, roasted chicken. And then was there a cheese and chive one? I can't remember if there was cheese and chive. Steve and Tina Jules say yes, salt bag, ready salted. Oh, yes, of course, that's why they call it ready salted. Yeah, that didn't twig for me. Oh, yes, of course it is ready salted. Then there suddenly became, in the late 70s in England, a whole array of different sorts of crisp, like weird and strange. It was suddenly you could go in and, oh, which one shall I have? Which one shall I have? as I say, I always like prawn cocktail. I like salt and vinegar. Cheese and onion I used to like, but that's because there wasn't really any other flavours at that time. I went off that. One that did come out was sausage and tomato. I wish I could get that now. Sausage and tomato. Sausage and tomato. And I think there was a tomato ketchup flavour one. Was that in normal crisp? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was normal crisp or chips. And that's a cheese and chive. I'm not sure either. I'll put a mark there. Then Christmas time, when they had all these millions of flavours, which aren't coming to mind right now. Oh, there was roast beef. There was, or beef. Beef wasn't beef and onion. Was it just beef? I think it was just beef flavour. But yes, when all these fancy ones came out, at Christmas, they brought out turkey and stuffing. And that wasn't out all the time. I don't know if it ever came out again. But I remember having that one. That was quite nice. Turkey and stuffing. What else? There were loads of flavours. The crisp flavour here, says Steve and Tina, are over-flavoured and not good to eat. Well, I was told that crisp or chips, vegetarians can't actually eat any flavours because what they used to flavour them with, except for the meat flavour ones. So yes, I've got that the right way round. The vegetarians could only eat the meat flavour ones, but not the other flavours. Yes. And it was something in the ingredients, and someone did show me what it was. I can't remember. I was only a teenager. And they showed you what the ingredient was, some sort of meat substitute extract, but they weren't in the meat one, but these meat things were in the other crisp that weren't meat. But then we weren't all like that those days of all being, oh, can't eat this, can't eat that. We ate what we were given and liked it or not, basically. Here at Christmas, now you get now different types of crisp and chips and all that. Over Christmas here, I don't know if you guys have had them before or seen them. It was the first time I'd seen them. They were the crisp or the chips that have those like ribs on them, like for dipping, I guess. And they had two bags. One, the whole bag was Pizza Hut, actual Pizza Hut, the logo and like Pizza Hut, the whole bag was designed like that. And they were Pizza Hut crisp. And then they had a Kentucky Fried Chicken bag, and the whole bag was actual Kentucky Fried Chicken logo and design. And they were Kentucky Fried Chicken crisp. They were interesting. Steve and Tina say we like corn chips mostly, unflavoured. I likes me a flavour, I do. I don't like the what we called plain crisp, the ready salted. I like different. Now I think there was probably curry flavour crisp. Again, I wouldn't have had that, or paprika flavour, something like that. I wouldn't have had those, but I'm pretty sure they had curry or paprika flavour crisp. And then, of course, you got different brands, things that weren't pure crisp or chips. So do you have memories, anything like that? I always liked chipsticks. Now, there were two types of chipsticks. There were the big fat ones and the skinny type ones that were more, I don't want to say biscuit, but you know what I mean, more cookie type rather than a crisp. But the big fat ones were the chipsticks I used to like. Steve and Tina say Marmite flavour. And then what else? Hula hoops. Do you all know hula hoops? Hula hoops. I remember knickknacks. I don't know if anyone had knickknacks, and they came in different flavour, and they looked like small bits of coral. That's all I could say, like sticky out, look, lumpy things, and they were knickknacks, and you got those in about 3 or 4 flavours. And my favourite flavour of those was called Nice and Spicy. Nice and Spicy. Ah, yes, Stephen Tina saying Pringles. Now, the thing that came before Pringles, that Pringles copied, they came in a crisp packet or chip packet, but they were called Discos, and they were pretty much Pringles without the total curve. Discos. And I think you could only get those in salt and vinegar, maybe again about 2 or 3 different flavours, not many. What's the other one I used to like? Monster Munch. Monster Munch. I don't know if you guys know any of these things I'm saying. Monster Munch. Now, they were good because they came in like a bigger packet. In those days, you didn't get crisp or chips in England in anything other than the standard packet. But these were quite big, Monster Munch, and they were like little animal shapes and monster head shapes. And they did pickled onion flavour was my favourite one of those. Pickled onion. I forget what the other flavours were, but obviously I got that. Cheese puffs, says Stephen Tina. Yes, cheese puffs, cheese balls. What else? Pringles. I think Pringles is probably the most modern of all. There was another one. I don't know what they were called, but they were pictures of monsters on them. Each, they weren't Monster Munch. Were they called Haunted House or something like that? I can't remember. And each flavour was a different picture on it. So one was definitely a vampire, and inside that the crisp was shaped like fangs. And then there was one that was skeletons on the packet, and inside was the crisp were like bones, shapes of bones. I don't know what the flavours were. I think they might have been Haunted House. I don't remember what they were called, which means they didn't last for long. Maybe they had them because I definitely bought them. Maybe they came and went. So I'm going to put their fangs and bones. Fangs and bones. What else? Sticks. That's it. Chips, sticks. Yeah, definitely. I think you had lots of fad ones that'd come out with something on and then they'd go again. What else was there? Don't remember those. Used to like a crisp. I stopped buying crisp when they ended up having very few in a packet. There was a time when there was very few in a packet. They were mostly air and they just weren't worth it. They used to be 2p or 2 pence. Then they went up to 5 pence. I think they're silly price now. I don't know what they are now. I think they're like 50 cents now or something like that. 50 cents. 50 cents. I don't know. And now, of course, you get the big packs. Oh, I think my mum used to sometimes buy, you get them still now, like a big bag and it's got 5 or 6 different bags inside, like an assortment of flavours. And I remember no one took the ready sorted. So we had all the other fancy ones and then no one wanted those ones. What other flavours of crisp was there? It's definitely beef. Oh, there were loads. I just remember they used to go in the like newsagent was where you used to buy your crisps from, and the whole bottom shelf was just crisp. Bacon. I can't remember any more flavours. It definitely got the brain working there to try and come up with some more. But yeah, they're definitely memories, aren't they? And I like it when now and then they bring back something old like that. You're like, oh, what are they? Oh, and you get the cheeselets. Is it cheeselets? They're like triangles and hexagons and that. That's sort of a thing. Cheeselets. Twiglets. Oh, I don't like twiglets. Twiglets. They're awful. They say there's something you either really like or you really hate. Not twiglets. No. Even the smell of them. Now I like Marmite. I'll eat Marmite, but I don't like the twiglets. I don't know what the actual stick is made of. Got no idea what the stick's made of. Perhaps there's something in that stick, but they've got a nasty smell. I eat Marmite, but if you say Marmite or Vegemite, which is the Australian version, but it doesn't taste the same at all, Vegemite. If anyone's watching from Australia, you could get it in England. You could get Vegemite in England before I left. If anyone wants to send me some Vegemite, that would be much appreciated. I love Vegemite on hot toast with like lots of butter, runny butter in the hot toast and a big thick bit of toast. You know, like when you get a new loaf and you slice it, you get a great big thick wedge, a doorstep, and then oh, I'm assuming that Steve got a taste for twiglets. Yeah, you either love them or you don't. I'm a no. I'm a no for the twiglets. And now we're talking about big bread. I'm craving proper English fish and chip shop chips, the big fat squidgy ones. They are proper chips. As in, now we're talking fries. Sorry to like confuse some of you. We're now talking fries, but English fries are chips, but the great big fish and chip shop ones, not the sort of fry looking ones, great big, thick, stodgy chips, those in bread and butter, hot and nice chip. Butty. I've got the craving for that. They do nice chips out here. Some places say it's English fish and chips. I haven't found them yet. It's the way they make them, I think. I haven't found the perfect, proper English chips out here. And just so some of you know, whenever you go abroad and you go to these places and they've got English fish and chips or something like that, they always serve mushy peas. Now, I'm glad Blue's not on today because she'd be like, no, you're wrong, Dawn, because she's from the north. I'm from the south. When you're in the north of England, mushy peas is a big, big thing. You can't have fish and chips without mushy peas. When you are south, they are not a thing. They are disgusting. No fish and chip shop would serve mushy peas in the south of England if they were a proper fish and chip shop. Probably now they do because people have moved around, but it was not a thing. You wouldn't even mention it. And if you wonder why this is, it used to be that in past times, the north of England was the poor people. The south of England, London and the south of England, was your better off people. Peas were a filler. They were cheap, people could grow them, they were a filler. Mushy peas, if you mushed them up, you didn't need as many chips to look like something on the plate. This is why they are on the plate in the north of England. So I thought I'd clear that up because a lot of people go abroad, order English fish and chips, and they have mushy peas. The same reason curry sauce. When you go somewhere, they sometimes offer curry sauce. Again, that wasn't a thing in the south at all. So that is just in case you're wondering, when people first came from abroad, they were more in the north because it was cheaper to live there. And that's why they had Chinese shops up there, Indian shops. That's how curry came to England, really. You didn't have it in the south of England. Yes, you do now. Things go. I've just seen egg custard tarts. Oh, Steve and Tina, egg custard tarts are one of my most favourite things. Oh, I just jumped all the comments. I just saw egg custard tarts. Steve and Tina say, I have to have English fish and chips when I visit family in England. So I forget where you're from. You're south, aren't you? You're from the south, so mushy peas not a thing. But it annoys me if I go, say, here, very rarely we're going to have English fish and chips, which they're not the same. But obviously the cod is very good because it's freshly caught here, so that's fine. But they always say, do you want mushy peas? I'm like, no, why are you offering mushy peas? I make a big deal out of it. What? Why would you think there's mushy peas with it? Yeah, south. So yeah, are you in agreement with me? Mushy peas, no, unless someone's brought it into your family. Yes, the south. Okie doke. I'm getting very hungry now. Oh, talking of which, think I've posted it for Friday. I've got my update on lupus for you, and it's a video because when I was trying to find out things I could eat, I was told all what I couldn't eat. I was looking at different videos to get ideas of like meals, because you know what you can eat, but how do you make a meal out of it? So I was looking online for, there's bound to be someone who's got a meal plan or got suggestions. I couldn't find a single one. So my video is what I can eat and tips on how you can put food together to feel like you've actually had a meal. So that's coming up. So a little update on that. Okie doke, let's finish. Let's go back to what you've probably forgotten about. So yes, have you forgotten about our puzzle piece? I'll just say it again in case someone's dropped in now watching. The puzzle today was, which is the best choice if you had to be in one of the following three scenarios? Number one, be in a furnace full of flames. Number two, facing armed men about to shoot you. And number three, in a cage with lions that were starved for years. So you can't get out the cage. Now, I would have logically, personally, have gone with facing armed men about to shoot you, because the furnace you've got no control over, lions you've got no control over, the armed men about to shoot, I would say you might be able to reason with them or bribe them. That's not the correct answer, but I would have thought that, well, you can, it's the only situation of the three that I would have thought it was that. But Steve is right. Number three, in a cage with lions that were starved for years. Yes, the lions would be dead now if they were starved for years. So, yeah, Steve got it right. Well done to Steve. So a clap for you to finish with for today. Well done. So well done to you. You got there. Well done. Steve said his porridge is ready now. It's all that chat of foods made us all very hungry. So well done to you. And I'm going to finish there for today. Thank you as normal for being here. As normal. Normally I say thank you. Thank you for being here. Don't forget, if you watch this back later, to drop a comment, and just so I can come back to you and say hello and thank you for watching, as you are so much appreciated. So, hope you've enjoyed this live. Don't forget, I will be on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, on Friday with the live, different time to this one, and then back again here on Monday. Thanks, Steve and Tina, for being here. Thanks for everyone who popped in the chat. Much appreciated, and see you next time.